Good afternoon. Thank you for attending the kickoff of the 2018 renewal season. I'm Judy Coleman. I am the Sales and Marketing Manager at BeneFLEX. It is hard to believe, but I am starting my 12th renewal season with BeneFLEX. I'm certified in flexible compensation, a designation from the Employers Council on Flexible Compensation. ECFC is a national organization dedicated to the advancement of youth and education for consumer-directed pre-tax benefits. BeneFLEX has been a member of ECFC for over 16 years. Mark Schmerschel, Vice President of BeneFLEX, currently sits on the Board of Directors of ECFC. Joining me today is Jamie Raines. This will be her 5th renewal season with BeneFLEX as our Marketing Manager. Her department is responsible for creating and personalize all the renewal videos you have been requesting. We will have the opportunity to view some of those in a bit. For today's presentation, you will be in listen-only mode. If you have any questions, please type them in and we will answer them at the end of the presentation as time permits. A link to the recording and presentation will be available on our website. Today we're going to kick off the 2018 renewal season. We want to thank all of you for your continued support and business. BeneFLEX would like to help make this a winning renewal season for all of you. We are going to share some of our tips from the BeneFLEX Playbook. We were hoping with this year's renewal that we would be able to share some exciting news about healthcare reform. BeneFLEX has been busy this year, as in years past, lobbying in Washington, D.C. for reform. There has been a variety of legislation introduced in both the House and Senate. Some of the key features were to repeal the employer and employee mandates to require health insurance coverage, remove the IRS limits on salary contributions for the medical FSA, eliminate the requirement to have a prescription for over-the-counter drugs, provisions for health savings accounts, to increase limits to match deductibles and out-of-pocket maximums, and expand the products and services that may be paid for using an HSA. These are just a few of the proposed revisions, but as all of you know, there is no real news. One piece of legislation was passed at the end of 2016, which was the 21st Century Cures Act. This allowed small employers with under 50 employees that do not provide any type of group health coverage to offer a qualified small employer health reimbursement arrangement, otherwise known as a QSERA. These employers are able to reimburse insurance premiums for individual coverage as well as qualified Section 213 medical expenses. Here is our playbook agenda for the day. We're going to review IRS limits for the medical FSA, dependent care, health savings account, transit, and parking. We're going to look at best practices for a successful renewal season. We're going to tackle the renewal questionnaire for all benefits. Master the BeneFLEX renewal timeline to ensure your team has funds available on the first day of the plan year. Equip yourself with educational materials and meetings geared to all generations, helping employees understand their benefits. New to the game this year are FMLA, ERISA, and the QSERA. And finally, we're going to review the holiday claims processing schedule to prevent potential end-of-the-year claims processing fumbles. First, we will look at the medical and limited purpose FSA limits. BeneFLEX will notify you in a BeneBlast once we receive the cost of living adjustments for 2018. The past few years, these limits have been released in October. Watch for the 2018 limits, which may affect participants' elections for the upcoming year. Based on the new limits for 2018, participants may need to adjust their annual election. If history repeats, we will not receive an increase for the medical FSA for 2018. In 2013, the IRS set the limit at $2,500. We did not have an increase in 2014. They gave us a $50 increase in 2015, no increase for 2016, and then we received another $50 increase for 2017. But we will just have to wait and see what happens for 2018. For dependent care, the IRS limit has been set at $5,000 per year per household. This amount has not changed over the years. At this time, only the HSA limits have been announced for 2018. As you can see, they increased the annual contribution for someone with single coverage by $50. They will be able to contribute up to $3,450. The family limit increased by $150 to $6,900. The limits for transportation and parking have remained the same for the past couple of years at $255 per month. We will have to wait. We will have to see if they make any adjustments for this year. BeneFLEX wants to ensure you have an easy and smooth renewal season. We are providing you with a populated renewal questionnaire. Just let us know if you would like to make any changes. Let us tackle the education. We can provide personalized educational materials and videos. Our sales team is available to attend educational meetings and benefit fairs. BeneFLEX offers several options for submitting elections. You choose the option that works best for you and your employees. If you make any amendments to your plan, you will receive an amended plan document and summary plan description. You will need to distribute the SPD to plan participants. Finally, at the end of each year, we will run the non-discrimination testing to make sure your plan does not favor highly compensated and key employees.
All right. Hi, everyone. I'm so excited to be here today and help you kick off a great renewal season. I would definitely take advantage of all the great resources Judy just discussed. She mentioned we work very hard to provide you with personalized educational materials to help grow your enrollment and make the most out of your benefits plans. Next, we're going to discuss the renewal process for each one of our services. We're going to start off with the FSA renewal. The first step of the FSA renewal process is to complete our annual renewal questionnaire. A sample of our renewal questionnaire can be seen on the left-hand side of the screen. This email will provide you with the steps for completing the BeneFLEX renewal process. It's going to notify you of other contacts of your organization who have received the questionnaire, and it's also going to include a playbook with items you will need on hand to complete the questionnaire. To get started, you'll want to gather your FSA plan document, your broker's contact information, your payroll schedules for the upcoming plan year, and your group health insurance copays. Just as a reminder, these copays are very important to include on your FSA renewal questionnaire. By entering these copays into our system, it will help minimize the receipt requests being sent to your employees. I cannot stress enough the importance of completing the BeneFLEX renewal questionnaire. This questionnaire is the kickoff to our entire renewal process. We have made completing the renewal questionnaire easy. We worked very hard over the past few years to enhance this process for our employers. All of your information will be pre-populated within the renewal questionnaire. Simply review the information, indicate changes, request for a BeneFLEX account manager to attend your meeting or benefit fair, request your personalized educational material, indicate if you'd like to see additional information about our services, and then make sure to share your comments before you submit your questionnaire. Your comments are an important part of our ongoing enhancements, so please be sure to include them. After your renewal questionnaire has been submitted, you will host your FSA open enrollments, and then you'll be submitting your elections to BeneFLEX. Once the elections have been submitted, distribute your summary plan description to all participants in your plan. Finally, at the end of every FSA plan year, you will receive an email reminder encouraging you to request an updated census for non-discrimination testing. We'll discuss additional details how to submit enrollments, plan documents, and non-discrimination testing later in this presentation. Next, let's review the HRA renewal process. The HRA renewal process is very similar to that of the FSA I just discussed. The first step of the HRA renewal process is to complete your HRA renewal questionnaire. A sample of the HRA renewal email is displayed on the left-hand side of the screen. The HRA renewal email will include instructions for completing the questionnaire. It'll notify you of additional contacts of your organization who received the questionnaire, and it's going to provide you with a playbook of resources you will want on hand when completing this questionnaire. One very important piece of information we will collect on your HRA renewal questionnaire is your summary of benefits. You can upload your summary of benefits directly to the BeneFLEX renewal questionnaire. These documents will ensure that your HRA claim forms are properly created and claims are reimbursed according to your plan design. Once your renewal questionnaire has been submitted and your plan has been reviewed, You will receive a pre-populated renewal census or a fast-track census from BeneFLEX. Complete the required information and return back to our renewal team. Once your renewal is complete, you will be sent a summary plan description and summary of benefits and coverage that you will distribute to your participants in the plan. And due to our client's request, we're very proud to announce a new enhancement to our HRA renewal process this year, and it's called Fast Track Enrollment. Fast Track Enrollment is available for all HRA plans who have experienced no benefit design changes. If your plan has not had any benefit design changes this renewal, you will be automatically enrolled for this service. So, what is Fast Track Enrollment? Fast Track Enrollment provides employers with a pre-populated census. It's going to include your employee profile information and coverage level tiers from the previous plan year. Employers will review the census and update employee and dependent information. Remember, all employees and dependents will need to have a date of birth and social security number on this census. You will also be able to update coverage level tiers. Then you're going to indicate if you're returning the census to BeneFLEX with changes or no changes. So did you modify the census we sent to you, or are you going to be returning the same census we sent with no changes? Then return the census to BeneFLEX at renewal@beneflexhr.com via a secure email. So who is eligible for Fast Track Enrollment? This is going to be HRA clients who have no benefit design changes. These changes would include deductibles, copays, and any other plan design change. How are you going to request enrollment in Fast Track? You're going to be automatically enrolled in BeneFLEX's new Fast Track Enrollment once we have reviewed your summary of benefits and confirmed there are no plan design changes. However, if you have had plan design changes, no worries. We're going to send you our standard renewal census to complete. Next, let's move on to the TMA renewal. The TMA renewal will kick off just like the FSA and HRA renewal plans that we just discussed. To get started, you will gather your TMA plan documents and your broker's contact information, your payroll schedules for the upcoming plan year. Next, you're going to review your TMA renewal questionnaire. This questionnaire is going to be pre-populated with your current plan information. Simply review the information and indicate any changes. Once again, don't forget to take advantage of all of our free resources in the questionnaire. Download our educational material, request educational meetings, and our personalized educational material to help educate your employees and increase enrollment in your plan. As a reminder, due to the flexibility of the TMA plan, all employers enrolled in this service have the option of submitting new elections to BeneFLEX or rolling your current participants' elections from the previous plan year. Once the plan elections have been finalized, distribute your summary plan description to all your participants. Next, let's move on to the HSA renewal. This plan is like all the others we just discussed. It's going to kick off with an HSA renewal questionnaire. It's going to be sent to your primary and secondary renewal contacts in addition to your broker. This email will include the maximum contribution levels for 2018. Review the pre-populated information, and once again, just like all the others, indicate if there's any changes that need to be made. And just as a reminder, new participants will need to be submitted to BeneFLEX so participant accounts can be opened prior to the start of the plan year.
Thank you, Jamie. Another new enhancement to our renewal process is an update to your broker email notification. We like to refer to this as your broker on steroids. Now, in one simple email, your broker will have a snapshot of all the groups with upcoming renewals that they work with. The email will include all clients with upcoming renewals, the type of plan renewing, the renewal date of the plan, deadline to receive elections, date the questionnaire was sent to the employer, questionnaire recipients, that would be the employer's primary and secondary contacts, questionnaire URL so the broker can view and or assist with completing the renewal questionnaire. For all FSA, HRA, and TMI plans renewing on December 1st or January 1st, you should have received the renewal questionnaire email yesterday on Monday, October 2nd. If you did not receive the renewal questionnaire, please contact our customer service by sending an email to info@beneflexhr.com. and they will assist you with the link to complete your questionnaire. If you have an HSA plan renewing, you should have received the questionnaire on 9/1 or 9/25. Again, if you've not received that questionnaire, please let us know. For all other renewals, the renewal questionnaire is sent out 2 months prior to your renewal date. When completing the questionnaire, you will find directions in the green and rules in the red boxes listed above and below each relevant section. Please be sure to read these items so you do not miss out on any important information. You will also notice that all of the required fields will be marked with an asterisk. If you do not answer each of these required questions, you will receive an error message and will not be able to submit the questionnaire to us. Each section of the questionnaire will need to be marked as no changes, changes, or not renewing. If you are not making any changes to a section, your questionnaire will only have one column and you can proceed to the next section. Now let's take a look at what a questionnaire will look like if you are making changes. On the questionnaire, you may indicate that you need to make changes to the design of your FSA plan. So on the left side column, you will notice it is marked changes. On the right side, you will indicate which changes need to be made. Keep in mind, you do not have to complete every field on the side with changes. You will only need to complete the fields that require a change. To ensure that your plans do not exceed maximum election amount, we have put certain limitations in place. So you will not be able to type in for the medical FSA that you want the limit to be 2,700. It would error out. So the limit is set at 2,600 because that's the IRS limit. If you need to alert us about something that's not in the questionnaire, please include that information in the comments section. So for example, if you have a flexible spending account plan, and maybe this year you need to do a short plan year so that your FSA aligns with a new medical insurance renewal date, then you would include this information in the comments section of the renewal questionnaire, and then we will follow up with you to make sure that we have all of those, all of that information in place for the short plan year. Once you complete each section of the questionnaire, it will be prompted to print and take a copy for your record. Then once BeneFLEX has received your renewal questionnaire, this is what really kickstarts your renewal for us. We will send you a census based on your response. The format of the file may not be changed. If you change the format, you run the risk of errors and delays in us processing your file. If you have chosen to do employee online enrollment, you will need to update your census to include all eligible employees. You'll include their non-discrimination information and return it to BeneFLEX in a secure email. We will need your census 2 weeks prior to online enrollment so everyone will be in the system and will be able to log into their account. I think it is important to note that employee online enrollment is the most popular and is best for employee education. The enrollment is set up with health functions on how the plan works and what the benefits are as the employee goes through the enrollment. The employee has access to the SPD, a tax calculator to tell them how much they are saving, and a calculator that tells them how much will come out of each paycheck. If you opt for employer online enrollment, employers will enter the participants' elections in the employer portal. The employer may also add employees and update the status of employees through the employer portal. This seems to be popular with our small employer FSA groups who can handle the task quickly. The third option is an Excel spreadsheet. The employer will update the participants' demographic information, enter their elections, and non-discrimination information. They will return the completed file to BeneFLEX in a secure email. This is the second most used option by employers for the enrollment. BeneFLEX has many clients that already utilize a third-party data feed. Employers will give permission for BeneFLEX to work with their HRIS or payroll vendor to receive an open enrollment file and ongoing files throughout the year with additions, terminations, and changes. If you are not currently using this option but would like to, you may request it on the renewal questionnaire, and a BeneFLEX representative will contact you after the first of the year. We will not be setting up new data feeds from October through December. With all of these options, the employer will receive a weekly enrollment report by email. This report also remains available on the employer portal. The employer may also run this report at any time from the employer portal. This report has 3 important uses. If you are doing employee online enrollment, this report keeps the employer current with the employees who have logged into the employee portal and enrolled. Your payroll department may use this report to enter the employee payroll deductions into their system. And your accounts payable department may use this report to audit the first invoice from BeneFLEX for the year. Receiving the information in an electronic format reduces errors in trying to read handwritten forms. If you choose either employee or employer online enrollment, BeneFLEX has PowerPoint tutorials available to walk you through the entire process. These PowerPoint presentations can be downloaded directly from the renewal questionnaire after you select your type of enrollment. If you are a new administrator or just needing assistance navigating the employer portal, you may request employer portal training directly from the renewal questionnaire. This has already been a very popular item on our renewal questionnaire this year. We've already gotten several requests for that training, so we're definitely going to be providing that to you. Now, let's review COBRA's annual renewal process. You will receive an email from BeneFLEX with information regarding your annual COBRA renewal. Make sure to complete the COBRA renewal questionnaire. This, like all other plans, will kickstart the entire renewal process. To accurately complete the renewal questionnaire, you will need all renewing benefit plans and rates, current carrier employee enrollment forms, and summary of benefits and coverage for all renewing benefits. Once BeneFLEX receives your completed renewal information, we will update your benefit plans and rate schedules, then send out open enrollment packets to all enrolled or pending participants if applicable. Don't forget, open enrollment materials should provide information sufficient to make informed choices. If you are holding an open enrollment for your active employees, you will also need to hold an open enrollment for your COBRA members. During open enrollment, all COBRA participants will have the right to make changes to their COBRA coverage in the same manner as your active employees. Last but not least, let's discuss our ACA reporting renewal. To kickstart your ACA renewal, you will receive an email from your BeneFLEX account manager. This email will confirm that you are renewing your plan for the upcoming year. Once this has been confirmed, you will need to update your company profile information, renewal contact information, and banking information if applicable. Once confirmed, you will sign and return the services and fees agreement. Then you will need to log into your workbook and update your employees' information. Did you know for every dollar your employees contribute to a pre-tax program, for example, the medical or dependent care FSA, the employer saves 7.65% in FICA taxes. The FSA normally shows that the FICA savings more than outweighs the cost of the administration or greatly reduces the cost of this great benefit. Employers save and employees also save 30 cents on every dollar. What this means is the more we can grow your participation, the more everyone benefits. With that in mind, BeneFLEX would like to share with you some tips on how to help grow the participation in your FSA. In support of growing your participation, BeneFLEX has developed personalized FSA educational materials based on a study done by Visa. As you can see, each generation perceives the FSA differently. For example, there is a large difference between the millennials who believe they will never use up all of their funds in their FSA and the boomers who feel confident that they will spend their full election. This really speaks to how important it is to educate your employees on the benefits and features of the FSA plan. BeneFLEX would like to make sure you are taking advantage of our many resources to help you grow participation in your FSA plans. Employers have found that to grow your plans and help employees maximize the tax savings, mandatory educational meetings are a must if you want to grow participation. If you are not educating your employees on the value of the Medical and Dependent Care FSA, they will not participate. First, they have to understand how the accounts work, how easy it is to use their FSA, and the savings they will experience. Our experienced representatives provide great educational meetings for all of your employees. And to help promote those meetings and the FSA benefits, you saw we can provide some personalized educational materials for you to distribute to your employees. Your renewal form has a great sample of the education we can help provide. FSA participation studies have shown that 80% of employees that don't participate in the FSA state it is because of the use it or lose it guidance. Jamie's going to share with you her personal story about the first year she was with BeneFLEX and participating in the flexible spending account plan.
All right. Hey, guys. How are you? Yes, my husband and I were definitely that 80%. We had been offered the FSA through various means before and never taken advantage of it. He especially was scared. We didn't have any planned medical expenses, so we were worried we were going to enroll in that benefit, not be able to use our money, and lose all of our funds. So when I got hired on here at BeneFLEX, we felt that it was incredibly important, or I felt it was incredibly important to experience that benefit. So we had a discussion. I told him, I really need to enroll in this FSA. He said, I don't know how we're going to spend that money. So lo and behold, after a long drawn-out discussion, I said, I'm going to enroll us in the benefit, and we're going to contribute $900. So after one visit to the eye doctor for a family of 5, we had extinguished all the money in our fund by January 4th. Needless to say, ever since then, we have clearly enrolled in that benefit and increased our election amount every year and love the plan. So that's just one example of how encouraging your employees to actually just enroll in the benefit and try it out, how useful it becomes for that household.
Thanks, Jamie, for sharing your story. So to overcome that concern, we strongly urge employers to make sure your medical FSA allows either the $500 carryover or the grace period option. Remember, your plan may only include one of those options, though. You may not offer both the carryover and the grace period. Employees have a fear of the use it or lose it rule associated with the medical FSA. And by offering either the $500 carryover or the grace period, it kind of reduces that fear for your employees. So BeneFLEX offers several tools to help employees use and track their FSA. They can pay for their medical expenses using the Bene MasterCard, easily check their account balances using our interactive voice response system. They may also check account balances, claims history, and submit claims using the employee portal and BeneFLEX HR mobile app. Finally, if you would like to allow your employees to experience an FSA, many employers have used seed money tied to a wellness plan. It helps encourage a healthy activity or outcome and draws employees into the FSA so they can experience it firsthand. If you give each employee money to start their FSA, they will see how easy it is to use the funds in their account, and this will lead them to making an election of their own. Now, I had mentioned the $500 carryover. This is a great addition to the FSA plan to draw in your young, healthy weekend warriors. Some never want to enroll because they see themselves as very healthy. So the fear of use it or lose it prevents them from electing to be in the plan. Now, they can put $500 in the first year to cover those unexpected or emergency type expenses, maybe their training injuries, and then they have that money set aside pre-tax to cover their out-of-pocket expenses. We have tracked employees that only put $500 into the FSA over the past 2 years. Their idea is if they have an issue, they can pay pre-tax, but if not, they will carry it over. Well, in tracking the $500 only contributions, we have found that 68% put in more than $500 the second year, meaning once they've become engaged with the FSA savings, they look for more ways to utilize the funds, or they had more expenses than they actually realized. In 2005, the IRS had introduced the FSA grace period, which allowed employers to extend the date for which medical claims can be incurred for a plan year. Participants make an election for a 12-month period, but have 14 and a half months to spend their money, which also lessens the fear of use it or lose it. For a calendar year FSA plan, participants would have until March 15th to continue to incur expenses to use the funds from the previous plan year. BeneFLEX has developed educational materials to help educate your employees on the $500 carryover option and the grace period. Again, these items may be downloaded directly from your new renewal questionnaire. And I do want to stress again that your plan can only have either the $500 carryover option or the grace period.
All right, everyone. Now we get to discuss my favorite part of the presentation, our educational materials. As we mentioned previously, we work very hard here at BeneFLEX to provide you with educational resources to help educate your employees and grow your participation. All the renewal information can be reviewed, requested, and downloaded directly from our renewal questionnaire. We offer FSA enrollment brochures, which is a comprehensive brochure to help educate your employees about the benefits and details of your FSA plan. Posters that you can hang in your office or break room that will show employees how enrolling in their FSA can save them money on everyday eligible items. We have an eligible expense listing with samples of eligible expenses they can use their money on. We have receipt reminder envelopes for all those employees who maybe aren't a big fan of the mobile app yet. They can request a receipt reminder envelope and they can store their paper copies of their expenses. We have participant letters that can be personalized by each employer with specific employer information. We have flyers, Spanish items, and much, much more. We also offer our clients an array of personalized educational materials. These materials can be personalized with your employer's logo, your open enrollment dates, the times and dates of your open enrollment meetings or benefit fairs. And this is a great way to brand your organization. You can showcase your open enrollment dates and educate your employees. These items will be sent to you electronically, and then they can be shared with your employees via email, intranet, or social media sites. Be sure to take advantage of all these free resources and look like a rock star administrator during your next open enrollment meeting. Now we're going to take a minute and watch one of the personalized videos that you can request.
Having a solid healthcare plan to fall back on is reassuring, but when expenses that aren't covered by your health plan add up quickly, it knocks your comfort level down a few notches. With a flexible spending account, out-of-pocket healthcare expenses are covered with pre-tax dollars. That means what you contribute to your FSA is reduced from your taxable income, giving you a significant tax break. And an FSA doesn't just cover out-of-pocket healthcare expenses either. You can put money aside for daycare expenses with a dependent care FSA. So you're covered on all angles beyond healthcare. And because it's all with pre-tax dollars, you're saving yourself a pretty penny. With an FSA, your funds are available 24/7, giving you the luxury of accessing your account information, transactions, and contributions online with our mobile app or with your prepaid benefits card. For more information on signing up for your flexible spending account, contact your HR provider today.
All right, and then before we move on, I do want to discuss one last educational item that can be personalized. This is probably one of the most popular amongst our employers and participants. It is our flyer, What $500 in an FSA Can Buy for You. One of the most popular items on this list is our Fitbit. Yes, a Fitbit with a heart rate monitor is an eligible expense for the FSA plan. So if you are trying to speak to millennials, Gen X, or even baby boomers, be sure to download or request this personalized flyer. Please note that BeneFLEX will only reimburse up to $165 for a Fitbit. This amount may vary depending on your specific plan design. All right, next, let's make the most out of your benefits. Download the BeneFLEX HR mobile app today. Employees can easily review their account balances and account activity. They can submit claims. They can review their final service date and final filing dates for claims, which is incredibly important. They can receive text message notifications. They can log in and update their login information. They can manage their Bene cards, and they can even contact our customer service team directly from the BeneFLEX HR mobile app. So if you need updated flyers or anything like that regarding the mobile app, be sure to download or request those on the renewal questionnaire.
Okay, now we get to compliance. IRS and DOL audits are something none of us want to think about, but due to the Affordable Care Act, the DOL and IRS are making sure employers are complying with new health care reform laws. Being selected for a DOL audit can have serious consequences for an employer. According to a DOL audit report for the 2015 fiscal year, approximately 5 out of 8 investigations resulted in penalties or required other corrective action. The IRS audits focus on potential issues that will generate additional tax revenue through the assessment of penalties and interest. Can you guess what the #1 reason is that employers have BeneFLEX redo their plan documents? They can't find their old ones. Or their current plan docs, they misplaced them. So when you have BeneFLEX do your plan documents, we keep an electronic copy on file in case you ever need it. It is also important to make sure that you understand changes that would require an amendment to your plan document. These types of changes would include if your employer name changed, if you're changing the company name or your DBA, if your federal tax ID number changed, if you relocated and moved to a new address, the phone number changed, if you added or terminated any affiliated companies under the parent company, if you're making a change to your plan year, if you make a change to your benefit plan design, for example, for the FSA, it would include the addition of the $500 carryover grace period or adding an HSA. With the HRA would be affected by any change to the group health insurance or the reimbursement under the plan. Most recently, the Affordable Care Act allows employers to decide if they want their plan to have a provision to allow a change in status if an employee wants to purchase insurance on the exchange. Why would a change in status be required in your plan document? The ability for employees to pay their insurance premiums pre-tax is an irrevocable election unless you have a change in status. The ACA says employers need to be sure to have that added to their plan documents, so if an employee wants to elect coverage under the exchange, they can get out of the pre-tax deductions you would be taking from their payroll for the group health insurance. If any of these changes occur, you need to report them to your account manager at BeneFLEX so your documents can be amended to be in compliance. I also want to call your attention to the importance of non-discrimination testing. BeneFLEX provides this to our clients at no charge, where other TPAs tend to charge an extra fee. In order to provide tax savings, cafeteria plans must not discriminate in favor of highly compensated and key employees. To make sure this does not happen, Congress came up with some requirements that plans must meet. If a plan does not meet these requirements, then some top employees will have adverse tax consequences. For example, highly compensated employees may have to pay taxes on a portion of their salary reduction. It is recommended that the testing be done close to the end of the plan year to include all new hires and allow full-time employees and allow time for full contributions to be made. By allowing all new employees' elections and contributions to be included, sometimes helps raise the amount that highly comped can put into their plan pre-tax. The 4 non-discrimination tests are the eligibility test, which is based on highly compensated versus non-highly compensated employees. The concentration test, this test is based on key employees versus all employees. The dependent care average benefit test, this test is based on highly compensated versus non-highly compensated employees. And then finally, the dependent care owner test, and this test is based on over 5% owners versus all other employees. Every year upon renewal of your FSA plan, BeneFLEX has provided an Excel file populated with your census. On the right of the template, there is a request for the employer to provide the non-discrimination information which is used for testing. The information populated in this section is used to run the non-discrimination testing at the end of the plan year as required by IRS guidelines. BeneFLEX tests every plan we administer and notifies the employer if any of the plans fail. Every year, BeneFLEX runs the non-discrimination test at the beginning of November for calendar year plans. We are going to be sending out an email blast on October 16th reminding your clients of the importance of providing accurate data. The email will allow you to click on a link to request a template to update your employees' information. You will receive an Excel file with all of your employees that are currently participating in the medical and dependent care FSA. You will then update each column with a Y for yes or an N for no as to whether that employee is considered eligible, highly compensated, a key employee, excluded, or an owner. The definitions of these will be included in the instructions. The deadline for submitting this updated information to BeneFLEX will be November 1st. If you feel you have already provided this information to us and it is up to date, then you do not need to respond. Just remember the accuracy of this test is based on the data in our system. If you have FSA plans that renew at other times throughout the year, you will receive the non-discrimination testing reminder about 14 days after you receive your renewal questionnaire. If you request the census to update, it will need to be sent back to BeneFLEX 30 days prior to the start of the plan year. At BeneFLEX, we strive to provide our clients with comprehensive services designed to fit their needs. This year, we implemented 3 new services to help us better assist our clients. Earlier this year, we began offering our clients the Qualified Small Employer Health Reimbursement Arrangement, otherwise known as the QSERA. To recap our discussion from earlier, the QSERA is a plan intended for employers with 50 or less employees who do not offer a group medical plan. The other services we implemented this year were FMLA and ERISA. We hope you were able to attend our FMLA and ERISA seminar we hosted in August. During our seminar, we offered our clients 3 hours of continuing education credit for insurance and HR certifications. We discussed the features, benefits, and compliance concerns related to FMLA and ERISA. If you would like to learn more about any of these services or request a quote, contact your BeneFLEX account manager today. So we just want to go over a couple of important reminders. Watch for the email regarding non-discrimination testing. This is your chance to make sure BeneFLEX has accurate data before running the test for your FSA plan for 2017. It is important to contact BeneFLEX if your medical insurance renewal date changes. This may affect your HRA and or COBRA administration. We will need to update our system with the new rates and provide amended plan documents if necessary. And finally, for all clients with a January 1st renewal, the deadline for submitting enrollments to BeneFLEX will be December 1st, 2017. This will ensure new participants will receive their Bene cards by January 1st. Again, we just want to review the weekly claim submission deadline. There's no changes here. We work hard to keep these consistent, and it's one less change for your employees. HRA claims that are submitted Monday by 3 p.m. Central Standard Time, 1 o'clock Pacific Time, are processed on Thursday. and FSA and TMA claims that are submitted by Tuesday at 3 o'clock Central Standard Time and 1 o'clock Pacific Time are reimbursed on Thursday as well. We would also like to remind you about the upcoming holiday schedule for processing claims. This information will be emailed so everyone can distribute this to their employees. It will also be posted on our website. So this year for Thanksgiving, BeneFLEX will be closed on Thursday, November 23rd and Friday, November 24th. The claims deadline for all claims will be Friday, November 17th at 3 o'clock Central Standard Time and 1 o'clock Pacific Time. Claims will be processed on Wednesday, November 22nd. For Christmas, BeneFLEX will be closed on Monday, December 25th. The claims deadline for all claims will be Friday, December 22nd at 8 a.m. Central Standard Time, 6 a.m. Pacific Time. Those West Coasters will need to get up very early to get their claims submitted. Claims will be processed on Thursday, December 28th. And for New Year's, BeneFLEX will be closed on Monday, January 1st. The claims deadline for all claims will be Friday, December 29th at 8 a.m. Central Standard Time, and again, 6 a.m. Pacific Time. Claims will be processed on Thursday, January 4th. Okay, so at this time, if you have questions, please type them in, and we'll go ahead and get to those. The first question is, dependent care FSA, is the $5,000 per household limit regardless of filing status or just married joint? Need to know what to tell the staff. So it is $5,000 per year per household if married filing jointly. If not, the limit is $2,500. For 2018, employee copay amounts will not be available until late October or early November. So that's fine. If you don't have the copay information to submit to BeneFLEX with your renewal questionnaire, just submit those at a later date. Those copays can just be submitted to info@beneflexhr.com. Once you have them, let us know that you're just submitting those for your FSA plan, and we'll make sure that the system is updated. So how much of 2017 FSA participants' deferral may be rolled over to 2018? Well, first of all, the plan has to have the $500 carryover option. If the plan has the $500 carryover option, then up to $500 can be carried over into 2018. If a participant has money to carry over into 2018, it does not affect how much they can elect for the next year. So if I have $500 to roll over, I can still elect up to my employer maximum. If that maximum is $2,600, I would start out the year with $3,100 in my account. Are Apple watches covered like Fitbits? So I just want to stress one thing. So any type of device like an Apple Watch or a Fitbit watch that has a heart rate monitor would be eligible to be reimbursed under this under the FSA. So it's really any type of fitness watch that has a heart rate monitor would be eligible for reimbursement. It doesn't have to be a name brand. It just has to have a heart rate monitor in it. So the receipt has to show that it has a heart rate monitor, or you have to send along a copy of the packaging that shows that the device has a heart rate monitor. Can current employees still use the Bene card they received for the 1/1/17 plan year? Yes. Please let your employees know that they should hold on to their Bene cards even if they've exhausted the funds on them for 2017. The cards, when they are issued, they're issued for 5 years, so they don't expire for 5 years. So make sure the participants hold on to them. We'll reload them each year with their new election. Just want to let them know that if the cards are lost or stolen, or if they have to be replaced for any reason, there is a $10 fee. That fee is deducted directly from their account when the cards are reissued. So just make sure they do hold on to their cards. They will be reloaded for 2018. Will you be sharing the presentation? Again, yes. We will make the presentation available on our website. And Jamie, will we be sending out an email with it? And we will send out an email to anyone who was registered for the webinar today so that you have a copy of it as well. So if an HSA plan is offered, can an employee also have a flexible spending account? So that is a very good question. So if an employee decides that they want to enroll and start contributing to a health savings account, they may still participate in the dependent daycare account. If the employer offers a limited flexible spending account, the employee could also enroll in a limited flexible spending account. The limited FSA is a special purpose FSA designed to allow them to use it for dental and vision only. So if an employee is making contributions into an HSA, the HSA may cover medical, dental, vision expenses, but some employees also elect to use the limited purpose FSA to put aside additional funds pre-tax to cover those dental and vision expenses. So if you had a child in braces, which is a very large expense, it would be nice to set aside money in the limited purpose FSA and save the money that you're putting into your health savings account for future medical expenses. How do we get copies of the flyer on how employees access their account online? So again, those flyers, you can download those directly from the renewal questionnaire, and you can also request paper copies of those to be sent out to you from the renewal questionnaire.
And just to add to that, all new participants in the plan, if you have a Bene card, will receive those in the envelope with their Bene card as well.
Okay. What do we do if we have not finalized our medical renewal? So if you've received your HRA renewal questionnaire and you've not finalized your medical renewal, you can hold off on responding to the renewal questionnaire until you finalize your medical insurance. That really benefits both of us because now you have the information on whether or not maybe the deductibles are increasing or not, or maybe something else is changing on the plan. You can let us know then the things that are changing. At that point, you should have a copy of the summary of benefits that you can send to us and attach as well. So you are able to hold off on responding to the renewal questionnaire until you finalized your medical renewal. You may receive, a reminder that the renewal questionnaire is still outstanding, or one of us may call and ask. But we do make notes then that we've talked with you, and we just want to make sure that we get those done in a timely manner for you. And then how do we request personalized videos? Jamie, do you want to go ahead and just remind them?
Yeah, definitely. So those personalized videos, remember guys, that is a free resource you guys can access directly from our renewal questionnaire. So be sure to take advantage of that. You will really honestly look like a rock star in front of your administrators next renewal if you get personalized information branded with your company logo on there. So go ahead and download those directly, or request those directly from the renewal questionnaire, and we'll get those sent out to you.
Okay, so it looks like we've covered all of the questions that have been submitted. So again, I want to thank you for your time today, and we appreciate your business.